This is Damon Stevens with Finwell Builders. Today is Monday, August 15th, 2022, and this is stock market update for trades of our day. Hopefully you guys checked out the video on Sunday and it helped you out today as you got into the trading market. But one of the things to keep aware of is tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday, and I'm seeing some signs on some of these charts here and some of this information that we're going to share tonight that maybe we'll get a turnaround Tuesday and things will pull back a little bit tomorrow, but we'll see. But let's get right into it. Take a look at what's going on in the market. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to FinWealth Live on YouTube. That way we can continue to bring these videos to you, and as well as check out our website at finwealthlive.com. This one is where you can join our free Discord where we publish our trades live so that you can see what's going on. So before the market even opens, you see exactly what we're looking to trade for the day, when we're getting in, when we're getting out. So definitely check that out as well. We also have some training available as well. We'll cover that a little bit later. But first of all, let's kind of look at the market and see what's going on. So Dow Jones closed up 0.45%, NASDAQ up 0.62%, and S&P 500 up 0.4%. You can see from our heat map, energy had a little money flowing back out of it. And a little bit mixed across the board. Nothing real luster here. Pretty much flat across the board mostly. So we'll just see what that brings for tomorrow. It looks like, we kind of flattened out here for the day, but definitely due for some type of pullback here just based off this rally we've had lately. Also, MEGL was a good hit for today. High volume. The last one here, this 108% one, just didn't have enough volume, so it was not traded. But I did trade MEGL. In fact, I traded even after hours, which is awesome. Just amazing. So looking at that for tomorrow for continuation play as well. Looking at the mini futures here, you can see live here that we had this pullback. This is kind of where we're at the status in this kind of this upper deviation band. See this little channel here? We're right here. We hit that resistance level, which I was expecting today. So we're right there at the top of these candles. See these candles right here? And over here, we're right there. So that's where, I think we could possibly have a little bit of a pullback here. Maybe we consolidate in this area. If we break through this, though, I don't have it marked yet, but I can definitely do that now. The next candle up right here. So 43.85 or 50. So that would be the next one. That's put us right at the top of these deviation bands. So we'll see if we get there, but something to be aware of tomorrow. Definitely looking at, we could possibly have a pullback here. Wednesday, maybe even by Wednesday. Tuesday, there's not a lot on the news, just building permits and housing starts. But on Wednesday, we do get the FOMC minutes, and we've already heard that. We heard that last week as far as what the results were, but we didn't hear the minutes, and so it shouldn't really influence anything. But it's possible. Then Thursday, initial jobless claims that could affect some things as well. So just something, nothing really big this week, but definitely looking for pullback. Also, this is options expiration week, so a lot of options expiring Monday, monthlies, weeklies, all expiring on Friday and daily. So just something to be aware of, that could possibly create some volatility in the market this week as well. All right, looking at the SPY here on the calls and puts. So the red is a put. That means a contract to short the market. The green is a contract to go long on the market. And you can see here the volume here. There's about over 2.3 people or investors shorting the market versus going long. And you can see the bulk of the ones going long are at 430. Just almost right where we're at right now. But the shorts, look at how many there are here. Just tons of contracts out here. 424, 420, 415. All these are people shorting the market. So obviously, if you just look at this is with the expiration of, in 2 days. You can see there that there's just tons of people looking for the market to come down. So that's where there's some pressure right now to try to drive it down. And you see max pain. If the market pulls back to 422, it's going to create pain for these calls, the people that are long on the market, because they're going to lose their money if they don't hedge their bets there. But so just looking at this, looks like there's a lot of pressure to with these shorts on there to the market to come down. See if that works. Doesn't always. Let's see here. This is going into Friday. Again, you can see that there's still calls out here, but look how small the volume is versus these people that are shorting the market. And this ratio for Friday, 2.6. So actually, it's even higher. And the max pain is 405, which is quite a pullback. That'd be pretty big. So I don't know if that's realistic or not to pull back to 405 if the market really wants to, recoup all of these contracts it's put out there and, create maximum pain for investors. Don't know if that's realistic or not, but that's kind of the line in the sand. You do have, these are going to be obviously resistance areas. So, I don't expect that we're going to come back here, but it's possible. But we are due for a pullback, but I just don't know if it's going to be that large. But definitely looking to see if we get that pullback. Maybe things are getting a little exhausted now with this big move. So, turnaround Tuesday is usually the perfect day for, some take profits. So just be aware of that. And looking at tomorrow, we have earnings, which could also affect the market this week. We have Walmart reporting tomorrow and Home Depot. Definitely could have an influence. And then Wednesday, Target and Lowe's, which I always like to see what Walmart and Target do, or Walmart and Home Depot, because the next day you have Target and Lowe's. That kind of gives you sometimes a clue on, where their earnings might come in, which, if you wanted to risk some, you could do a bet on these. I don't recommend it. I do trade the earnings, not all of them, but the ones I'm marking are the ones I'm interested in. So Target, Lowe's on Wednesday, Krispy Kreme, TJ Maxx. These Estee Lauder, these will start Kohl's. This will give you an idea of retail and kind of where it sits today. Now, typically these retail, if their earnings are bad, these guys typically turn it around in the year, especially with the Christmas rally and with the year-end activities that go on. But then we also have John Deere on Friday. So definitely I got some earnings to watch next few days. So definitely keep an eye on those. So definitely feel free to watch those as well. And maybe you can learn something on, earnings. But just be careful trading them. There's a lot of volatility and a lot of times they go the opposite direction you think they're going. Looking at the Apple continues to be parabolic here, almost to the top here. 179.61 would be the top of this area. You see, though, we had some consolidation to happen, kind of, 175 area. And you can see here we're kind of right in this next little zone. So we'll see what happens. You see consolidation back here in January and February. That's kind of where we're at right now. So we'll see if Apple continues to have the momentum here to crank it out, or maybe pause back or pull back a little bit here. Microsoft, same thing in this area, next area consolidation. This is actually a gap fill too. So we'll see if Microsoft can go up and fill this gap. They can. It can gap up and maybe pull back. Sometimes it'll gap and then just run. But we've got to get over this 296 if we're going to run. Looking at Chipotle again, parabolic like the rest of them, just continues to just skyrocket here. And you can see here that we're right in this area here, right at the top of this candle. So we've climbed this whole candle. The next candle up starts, right here, 1693 all the way up to 1739. So we'll see if we can, continue to run. I thought for sure we'd pause here and pull back. We only did just briefly have a little slight pullback and then just rally again. So really strong on Chipotle. NVIDIA had this, came up, hit some resistance right here where this line was here, pulled back, ran back up, and we retested that area. So we got to break out above this, 192 area if we want to keep running. Otherwise, NVIDIA might just become into this little channel area for a while. Amazon, you see here, bull flag, just consolidating right now. It's got to break above this 144.60 area if it wants to run. Kind of see where we consolidated here. This was kind of a base of support before in the past. Google just running flat still, for a few weeks now. Actually, this is 15 minutes. Let me go to a daily. Sorry about that. Let's see. Okay, here we go. So, so Google sitting here right under the 200-day moving average. You can see right this group of candles here is kind of where it's at. It did get a breakout above these levels here, this 119 area. But we'll see if it can continue on. You can see I've not marked out this candle here. Let me go and mark it. I've not played this one this week. But you see here kind of these candles right here. right where it's at right now. So if we break through that level, obviously the next candle up, 123, next candle up from there, now you're 124, 125. So it can continue running. It's possible it can, but I'd expect some type of pullback resistance at some level here, but it's just continuing to be strong. Coin, just big consolidation area here, little range. So you can play these ranges if you want to play the top and bottoms, but just be careful on these because you don't know when you're going to break out. Netflix, been here bulk too. You see here just kind of in a channel again. Same thing. You're seeing a channel develop here. This will probably just keep going back and forth for a while until it gets energy to break out. Meta, same thing. Pulled up here, double off this bottom here. So we're just kind of in this range right now. We're just watching for what movement it's going to make next. And again, I talked about our website, FinWealth Live. So just to give you an idea. So this is a dashboard. So the things we're offering is live trading, training courses, group training, one-on-ones. So this kind of our services. This is our service dashboard. Just to give you an idea of what's actually out there in FinWealth Live. U.S. oil pulling down here. You can see that we continue to consolidate down towards the bottom here. We try to break out a couple times now. Dollar, here's another reason why I think we could have possibly pullback. The dollar skyrocketed today. So it's up to 106.49. It's almost breaking back into this next zone. If we break that tomorrow, that could definitely bring the market down. And you can see the effects on gold. Gold pulled back all of a sudden now off this resistance level. The top of this candle kind of was the goal. And we were back here resting on that 20-day moving average. VIX on daily, again, pulling back here on this channel, tight channel. Obviously we could break out at any time. Last lows here, we're around this range here. So just keep an eye on that. SPY, nice, strong moves up here. We're kind of in this little zone right here. And you see we got to the top of this candle. So with the bottom of today was this candle, and the top was the top of this candle. And now we have a this next candle up here will take us to 436. So if we break above this 429 area, we very well could start to run up towards 436. Triple Qs, same thing right here at the top of this candle. So if we break out, next candle grouping, 348.77. And you can see here that that's been an area of consolidation. So there should be some resistance as it gets up here, but it's it's possible that it doesn't. So just something to keep an eye on. Semiconductors continues to grind up here to these highs. It's right sitting here. 249.12 is the area for breakout. If we break through this, then look for some additional upside, towards 260. IWM, you can see here this little consolidation area. That's exactly where we're at, right in this little range right here. It actually got right a little above it. Might go into this new range up above us. But otherwise, it could pull back here a little bit and just stay in this little range for a little bit. Financials, XLF, right at our resistance line. If it breaks out, then we got a nice run up here, possibly to 38. Energy sector, it's kind of just consolidating down here a little bit. Has not broke out yet. Got to get above 78 to break out. Bitcoin trying to push through. It's done it a couple times, trying to get through this 25,000 area. It's got to really hold that 25,000 area and break up towards 27 next. Ethereum broke out. It's kind of in this little channel though, right here. We have another channel above it, but it's not got there yet. But looking for a continuation play on Ethereum if we can break out of this little zone that we're in. And then looking back at finwealthlive.com, you can see here, this is actually our training. This is our home site for training, for stocks trading and more. Several modules are in here. One of them to highlight here is module 5.2, which is trading strategy overviews, and it goes through these different trading strategies, and there's videos on each one to show you how those trading strategies would work. So definitely check us out. Definitely join us on our Discord, and let's make some money together. And if you have any questions, just email us at invested at finwealthlive.com. You can find the link in our bio and the link on our YouTube page. So everybody have a great, safe trading. Tomorrow we'll talk, see how your trades went for the day, and see what we need to do to plan for the rest of this week. So expect some volatility coming up here, and make sure you're locking in those profits.